Imagine you are walking through a deep, ancient forest in Eastern Europe. The air is thick with the scent of pine and damp earth. Sunlight struggles to pierce the dense canopy above, casting long, dancing shadows on the forest floor. It's so quiet. You can hear the rustling of every leaf, the snap of every twig. But you get the strange, unsettling feeling that you are not alone. You hear a sound. Was it the wind, or was it a chuckle? You see a movement in the corner of your eye. Was it a deer, or was it something walking on two legs? You try to find your way back to the path, but every direction looks the same. The trees seem to be moving, shifting, closing in around you. You are lost. And that's when you realize you have wandered into the domain of the Leshy. In the rich tapestry of Slavic folklore, few creatures are as captivating and contradictory as the Leshy. He is not a god who lives in the sky, nor a monster who lurks in the abyss. He is the forest itself, given a body, a mind, and a mischievous personality. He is the absolute master of the woods, a powerful spirit who can be a traveler's best friend or their worst nightmare. Today, we venture into the heart of the Slavic wilderness to uncover the secrets of this enigmatic being, to ask the question: is the Leshy a benevolent guardian of the forest, or is he a malicious king of mischief? First, what exactly is a Leshy? The name itself comes from the Slavic word for forest, les. He is, quite literally, the forest man, or he of the forest. Unlike many spirits who are bound to a specific place, a Leshy is the lord of an entire forest. Every tree, every animal, every rustling leaf is under his command. He is the alpha predator, the apex guardian, and nothing happens in his domain without his knowledge. Trying to describe what a Leshy looks like is a tricky business because his greatest power is shapeshifting. He is a master of disguise. Most often, he appears as a tall old man with a long beard made of living grass and vines. His skin might be bark-like, and his hair the color of moss, but this is just his default form. The Leshy's size is directly connected to the forest around him. When he walks in the heart of the woods among the tallest ancient trees, he can grow to be a giant, his head brushing the canopy. But as he moves towards the edge of his forest, near the open fields, he can shrink down to the size of a blade of grass, hiding from human eyes. He can take on the form of any animal, from a mighty bear to a tiny field mouse. He can even mimic the voices of people you know, calling your name from deep within the woods to lure you astray. But there are always a few telltale signs that you're dealing with a Leshy, and not an ordinary man or animal. He is said to have no shadow. His eyes often glow with a green supernatural fire, and in his humanoid form, he has a peculiar habit of wearing his left shoe on his right foot and buttoning his coat the wrong way. These small details are clues, little hints that you are in the presence of something otherworldly, something that doesn't quite understand or care for the rules of the human world. So, what does the Leshy actually do all day? His primary job is to be the ultimate protector of the forest. He is a shepherd, and the animals are his flock. He guides herds of deer to the best grazing spots. He shows wolves where to hunt, and he ensures that bear cubs are safe in their dens. It is said that he has a special fondness for wolves, often making pacts with human shepherds to protect their sheep in exchange for offerings, as long as they don't harm the wolves in his forest. This is the Leshy in his role as the great guardian. He maintains the natural balance. He is the living embodiment of the forest's ecosystem, a force of nature ensuring that life continues as it should. To the animals, he is a benevolent king. But to humans, his role is far more complicated. The Leshy's relationship with humanity is defined by one core principle: respect. If you enter his forest with good intentions, if you respect the trees and the animals, the Leshy can be an invaluable ally. Hunters who left offerings for the Leshy, perhaps a piece of bread, a pinch of salt, or a pancake, were said to have incredible luck. The Leshy would guide the best game animals directly into their path. Woodcutters who respected the forest would find that the Leshy had marked the oldest, sickest trees for them to cut, preserving the health of the woods. People gathering mushrooms or berries would be led by the Leshy to patches bursting with bounty. In this sense, the Leshy is a benevolent spirit of nature. He is willing to share the wealth of his domain with humans as long as they follow the rules. He is the guardian who rewards the respectful and the humble. But what happens if you break the rules? What happens if you disrespect the forest? That's when you meet the other side of the Leshy, the king of mischief. The Leshy has a playful, chaotic, and sometimes downright cruel sense of humor. His favorite pastime is getting people hopelessly lost. This is his signature move. If you are a boastful hunter, a careless traveler, or someone who simply forgot to show a little respect, the Leshy will take notice. He will use his magic to confuse you. He will make familiar paths disappear. He will mimic the voices of your companions, leading you in circles for hours until you are exhausted, terrified, and completely disoriented. He loves to tickle people to death. It sounds absurd, but in many tales this is his preferred method of punishment for those who truly anger him. He will lead them to his lair, a hidden cave or a twisted old tree, and tickle them until they can no longer breathe. It is a strange and terrifying fate, a perfect example of his alien, non-human morality. His pranks can range from harmless to lethal. He might simply hide a woodcutter's axe, forcing him to search for it all day, only to find it back where he left it. He might lead a young woman on a merry chase through the woods, only to let her go at sunset. Or he might lead a traveler so deep into the swampy parts of his forest that they are never seen again. The Leshy is not evil in the human sense of the word. He operates on a different kind of logic, the logic of the wilderness. The forest does not care about human ideas of good and evil. It has its own ancient laws. The Leshy is the enforcer of these laws. His pranks and punishments are his way of teaching humans a lesson. You are a guest in my home. Behave or face the consequences. So how do you deal with a Leshy if you find yourself lost in his woods? Thankfully, Slavic folklore provides a handy survival guide. If you suspect a Leshy is messing with you, there are several clever tricks you can use to break his spell. The most famous one is to take off all your clothes, turn them inside out, and put them back on. This simple act of inversion, of breaking the normal order of things, is said to completely confuse the Leshy and disrupt his magic. Another popular method is to put your shoes on the wrong feet, mimicking the Leshy's own strange habit. This shows him that you understand his world, that you are savvy to his tricks, and he will often let you go out of a sense of professional courtesy. If you are truly in trouble, you must appeal to him with respect. Leaving a small offering on a tree stump while asking for forgiveness can sometimes appease him. But above all, you must show no fear. The Leshy, like many trickster spirits, is drawn to fear and panic. If you can remain calm and show your cleverness, you have a much better chance of finding your way back to the path. The idea of a powerful forest spirit is not unique to Slavic culture. We see similar figures all over the world, from the Green Man of Celtic lore to the Pan of Greek mythology. But the Leshy is distinctly Slavic. He is not a god of wild, untamed revelry like Pan. He is a more grounded, territorial, and pragmatic being. He is less a god and more a supernatural king or landlord. His concerns are local. He is not interested in the affairs of the high gods or the fate of the world. He is interested in the health of his forest, the well-being of his animals, and the behavior of the humans who wander into his territory. Like Baba Yaga, the Leshy's story likely has its roots in the ancient pagan reverence for nature. Before the rise of organized religion, the forest was a sacred place, a source of life, and a place of immense spiritual power. The Leshy was the personification of that power, a way for people to build a personal relationship with the vast and intimidating wilderness. Leaving an offering for the Leshy was a way of making a contract with nature itself, a way of saying, "I respect you, so please let me pass safely and share in your bounty." With the arrival of Christianity, the Leshy, like many other nature spirits, was demoted. He was often portrayed as a demon, a malevolent creature trying to lure good Christian souls to their doom. His mischievous pranks were reinterpreted as acts of pure evil. But his popularity in folklore never faded. For the rural people who still lived and worked at the edge of the great forests, the Leshy remained a very real and relevant figure. He was a story that contained practical wisdom: respect the woods, be prepared, don't panic, and always be aware of your surroundings. The legend of the Leshy was a survival guide disguised as a fairy tale. In the modern world, the great primeval forests of the Slavs have shrunk, but the Leshy lives on. He has become a popular figure in fantasy literature, video games, and movies. He is a monster in The Witcher, a powerful spirit in countless fantasy novels. But often, these modern interpretations only capture one side of his character. They portray him as either a gentle, wise guardian in the vein of Tolkien's Ents, or as a terrifying, bloodthirsty monster. The truth of the Leshy, the original Leshy of folklore, is far more interesting. He is both. He is the guardian, and he is the trickster. He is the protector of life, and he is a potential bringer of death. He is not a monster to be slain, nor a simple ally to be won over. He is a force to be negotiated with. He embodies the profound truth that nature is neither our friend nor our enemy. It is a powerful, neutral force with its own rules. and we must learn to understand and respect those rules if we wish to survive. The Leshy is a reminder of a time when the world was a more magical and a more dangerous place. A time when humanity was not the master of the world, but simply one small part of a much larger wilder system. He is the spirit of the untamed places that still exist, both on the map and within our own hearts. So if you ever find yourself deep in a forest, and you feel that prickling sensation on the back of your neck, that feeling of being watched. If you hear a strange laugh on the wind or see a path that wasn't there a moment ago, remember the Leshy. Stop, show respect. Perhaps turn your jacket inside out, just in case. Because you may have just become a player in a very old, very magical game. A game whose rules are written in the rustling of leaves and the snapping of twigs. And the master of that game is always watching.